Hello, magical people. How's everybody doing out there? My name is Meg Moonbeam, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be sharing our daily astrology horoscope for Monday, October 13th and Tuesday, October 14th. We are at the start of another week in the month of October, our last full week of Sun in Libra season. So happy birthday, solar return to all our Libras out there. Soon it will be Scorpio season. Hello, Carol. Carol says, good afternoon from Burlington, Ontario, Canada. Happy Thanksgiving, tribe. Happy Thanksgiving, Carol, and all my fellow Canadians. We celebrated our Canadian Thanksgiving here in Belgium with some friends over and had a very, very yummy meal. It was awesome. Linda says, hello, everyone. Just had a fascinating reading with Meg. Thank you, Linda. It was so nice to see you virtually in person again. Always lovely connecting. So, yeah, how's everybody doing? Let me know in the comments. And before we get into the astrology, please remember to like, subscribe to this channel, leave a comment below to help with the channel's growth. It is greatly appreciated. And want to give a little shout out to over at the Scorpling shop. We've got our new Halloween pinup zodiac shirts available. Thank you so much to everyone that has been supporting and gotten some shirts already. Carol says, so happy you found your cards. I found my cards and I found my glasses, both pairs of glasses. And actually, the day before I found my red light glasses, sorry, side note, I went on Defender Shield and I ordered new glasses. So the fairies are playing some serious tricks with me at the moment. So I'm just trying to laugh at it. So yeah, Scorpling Shop, you can check out our Halloween pinup zodiac shirts. And also over at SoronaStore.org, hope I'm pronouncing that right, you can get zeolite, and check out the link is in the description box and I will pin it in the comments. And if you get some zeolite, you can use, what's it called? Put me as your reference, type Meg as your reference. Very excited to be supporting this company. And yeah, more info on that coming up. The zeolite, for those of you who don't know, helps us to cleanse out the nanotech and a lot of the yucky stuff that is being spread at the moment, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So more information on that soon. So yeah, we're starting off the week. It's an intense energy. Okay. Pluto goes direct later in the evening, Eastern time. Let me look up the exact time here, you guys. Is it past 10 or past 11? Let me bring this up here. I like to give you guys the exact times. Oh, 9:52 Central Time. So that's 10:52 p.m. Eastern Time. Pluto will be direct. Yay! Pluto direct. Very positive for all my fellow Scorpio, Sun, and risings. Very intense for the whole collective. So whenever a planet goes just retrograde or stations direct, we can feel its influence very, very strong. So I kind of dived deep into Pluto going direct yesterday on my weekly astro weather show, but I'll talk about it a little bit again today. And it feels like I'm definitely feeling the Scorpio Pluto energy very strong. It's interesting because we've got Scorpio season starting next week, but those creepy, intense influences are already starting now that Pluto is going direct. Carrie K has an interesting comment here. She says, anyone feel that we had a timeline jump the past few days? Just asking. Carrie, you are, well, I was going to say reading my mind. I think we're connected. Many of us are connected because I literally had the exact same thought earlier today. I feel like there's so much going on at the moment that we cannot even fully comprehend, or we're not even conscious of. And let me know what you guys think, but I feel like we're not even aware on those subtle energetic quantum physics levels what's really going on, because it would probably make our head explode. I feel like Pluto going direct in Aquarius by the end of the day Eastern time. today in a trine to Uranus, the dispositor of Pluto and Aquarius, the ruler of Aquarius. And we've got this beautiful grand air trine this week between Pluto, 1 degree Aquarius, Uranus, 0 degrees of Gemini, and Venus in the beginning degrees of Libra. Oh, interesting. Rebecca says, just saw the Schumann. We had 2 timeline jumps. A bunch of you guys are bringing up the timeline, Schumann resonance. Interesting. I'm going to have to look into that. Yeah, we are definitely jumping timelines. Things are definitely weird this week. And I'm feeling that there can be very fast and sudden releases of things that no longer serve, very fast and sudden secrets being revealed, truths coming to light. I like that we're starting off the week. We got the moon at home in Cancer, conjunct Jupiter in a beautiful trine to Saturn and Neptune. And then on Tuesday, moon ingresses into Leo. So thank God the moon is in places where she really likes to be. So yes, even though Pluto is the planet of intensity and the dark night of the soul and can be extremes, so we can be feeling the extremes of things. Thank God that the moon is in places that is supporting us to be emotionally uplifted, emotionally stable as well. This is not normal astrology. And that's a term I've been saying a lot lately, but this is definitely one of the biggest weeks of the year. And this next couple days is actually one of the biggest days. Pluto going direct, grand air trine. At the same time, Venus in Libra, one of her 2 home signs, the dispositor of the upcoming new moon in Libra that we're leading up to. So there's massive change in our thoughts, our communication, I'm hearing subtle realms of energy, our mental bodies, our emotional bodies, our spiritual bodies in our relationships. Today we've got exact Venus opposite Neptune. Tomorrow we've got exact Venus trine Uranus and Venus trine Pluto with that grand air trine. So Venus opposite Neptune, we want to be honest about what's going on in our relationships. In particular, love, work, commitments, contracts. Maybe some things that we're not seeing totally clearly. So the beginning of this week, even though we've got the grand air trine, Venus is in an opposition to Neptune. We do have a kite formation, very nice kite formation between Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, and Venus. Not making any crazy decisions when it comes to love, when it comes to work, when it comes to finances. See what this next few days, this week offers, presents to you before going off the rails with some really big decision. It feels like new romantic partners coming in, relationships that no longer serve ending. Jen says things have literally gone batshit crazy right now. Jen, is that for you personally, or you mean the whole collective? Yeah, and Pluto brings up the extremes and our shadow side and toxicity and gonna be direct. Linda says, oh, last night silver was over $50. Yeah, amazing. Silver ruled by the sign of Cancer, Jupiter in Cancer right now, and also has to do with finances, Venus in Libra. So positive news, Venus, grand air trine, having to do with our financial system, moving forward. Jen says both. Yeah, it is absolutely batshit crazy right now. And that's why I feel like this grand air trine and Pluto going direct in Aquarius really inviting us to look at who we're surrounding ourselves with, what we're surrounding ourselves with, what information we're taking in, the words that we're saying out loud. This is a very big air energy at the start of the week. And there can be some very heartfelt conversations and happenings. Moon and Leo, that's very supportive. If you're a fellow Canadian, all my fellow Canadians, we've got Canadian Thanksgiving today Monday, October 13th. So happy Canadian Thanksgiving, everyone. Those of you that will be with loved ones, family, friends, there can be some very interesting conversations coming up, breakthroughs, secrets being revealed, truths coming forward. And I think it was yesterday when I was doing my weekly astro weather, there was a very strong message coming through of not taking on other people's stuff that isn't yours and being gentle with yourself and others, because this is such a profound time of transformation and letting go and up leveling on. And forgive me, you guys, because I'm not a spiritual scientist, I'm not a quantum physics expert, but the words I want to use is on that quantum level, on that quantum physics level, right? Aquarius is the quantum, the dimensions, the timelines. Pluto now direct. So we're moving forward, trine Uranus, retrograde in Gemini. And it's like we're going fast, but not going fast at the same time. And we're leading up to Neptune retrograding back into Pisces October 22nd. This is very interesting stuff going on. I love that we've got Venus and Mars in home signs. Venus at home in Libra, the goddess of the divine feminine, love, committed relationships, finances. And Mars, yes, he's the god of war, but he rules the divine masculine, our strength, our boundaries, where we assert ourselves at home in Scorpio. This is freaking powerful stuff. Jupiter exalted in Cancer. A lot of we've actually done a switcheroo where now there's a lot of planets actually in places where they like to be. We've been going through lately a lot of transits of planets in places that they don't like to be. So this is us, feels like coming home to ourselves, coming home to our natural balance. And yeah, the sun is at fall in Libra. We're leading up to sun ingressing into Scorpio October 22nd. So it feels like there are big breakthroughs taking place in this Scorpio season. I'm going to have to do a whole video just on this upcoming Scorpio season. This is a banger. This is our first Scorpio season with the ruler Pluto in Aquarius. And he's now direct. And he's out of bounds. So it's unpredictable. It's very powerful. Carol, yes, I love what you're saying. Pluto direct, moving forward with intensity. Yes. And how do we want to channel Pluto's power, right? The lesson with Pluto and Scorpio, it's the planet and the sign that rules power. Are you going to use your power for good? Or are you going to use it in destructive ways? And if you are somebody out there that you're struggling with your shadow side right now, you're struggling with whatever temptations affect you personally, now is the time to Pluto. Maybe talk to a therapist, maybe talk to a spiritual psychotherapist, maybe go to a shaman, maybe go to a real deal energetic healer. Pluto, this is a very powerful time for healing as well. So this is a lot going on, and I'm feeling it in my head as I'm talking. Like I feel like my mind with all this air influence is really being activated. We're going through, even in the medical astrology, you guys, all the planets rule different parts of the body. The brain, Aquarius, Pluto and Aquarius, trine Uranus. Our brains are going through an upgrade right now. Our DNA is going through an upgrade. Like it literally shows in the Western astrology. So I know we know that already, but it's literally showing up right now of on the physical levels today and tomorrow and this week. It's very, very strong. So let me know in the comments, what breakthroughs are you having? What personal breakthroughs are you having? Yes, Therese, happy Canadian Thanksgiving. I've been having a lot of personal, it feels like breakthroughs and downloads lately when it comes to relationships. So that's a very big theme for all of us. Pluto ruled people, Scorpios. We got our ruler going direct today. Congratulations. And if you're an Aquarius or somebody with a major Aquarius placement in those first Aquarius degrees, Pluto is now direct, conjunct those early degree Aquarius placements. Going to feel that more. Jules says, standing firm on my boundaries. I love that. That's amazing. Carol says, sister relationship breakthrough. Carol, cleaning out the clutter in the physical, mental, emotional body, creating space for the new. Tree of life, Uranus is wisdom. Love that. And Jenny says, it feels like a graduation moment. Kind of does. That's a good way of describing it. And speaking of graduations, to me, graduation in astrology, to me, that would be Granddaddy Saturn. The graduation, the reward, the achievement after the time and the hard work. Still conjunct Neptune, but look, we're getting closer and closer to Saturn trine Jupiter. Not going to be exact for until next year, actually, because Jupiter's going to go retrograde. But look, within 3-degree orb of Saturn trine Jupiter. So there is achievement. There, it is like a graduation. It is great wisdom through the experiences that are coming up and paying attention to those. Mystic Melody, letting go of past hurts and choices. Me too. That's been one of my breakthroughs lately, or my download breakthroughs, is everybody's trying their best. Even when people are acting out of their shadow, as weird as this sounds, they're trying their best based off of their wounds. So letting go of past hurts and choices is really important at this time, because we're already processing so much that, you know, other people's stuff, what other people have done to us, it's really not personal. As much as it seems personal, right? What are the, let's bring up for a moment the 4 agreements. I know a lot of you will know this already, but let's remind ourselves of this now that we've got Pluto direct, now that all the shit's coming up to the surface, now that we got a grand air trine and the troops of our relationships and finances and commitments and contracts, it's all coming forward. The 4 agreements by, what's his name? Don Miguel Ruiz? That dude. Toltec Ancient Wisdom, the 4 agreements. Where did it go? Here it is. Number 1, be impeccable. Oh, sorry, you guys. Let me bring this up. Oh, come on. Okay, let me bring this up another way. Here we go. Number 1, be impeccable with your word. Number 2, don't take anything personally. That's the hardest one for me. Don't know about you guys. Number 3, don't make assumptions. That's a really big one. Number 4, always do your best. And that number 1, actually, be impeccable with your word. That's very important right now. With this grand air trine, we are literally creating in a very powerful way through our thoughts, through our words, with this grand air trine right now between Pluto, Uranus, and Venus. What you say, what you think, what you put your thoughts to, instantly coming forward, and you putting that out there. Be impeccable with your words. Speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. Don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. It's so hard to grasp that, but it's so true. Everybody is acting on their own wounds, their own strengths, their own motivations. It really has nothing to do with you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality and their own dream. That's huge. When you are immune to the opinions, and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. I feel like those first two right now are very important as we start off this week. And sometimes we say things that we don't really mean. And for me personally, I like to say, if I've said something that actually I don't want to put out there, I'll say cancel, clear, delete. I cancel that. I've canceled that, delete, backspace, and I am reframing that as this, actually. It's a big energy, you guys. And I want to share too, I haven't seen this yet. I haven't had time to see this yet today, but I wanted to watch this all together. Very exciting. There's a new documentary called An Inconvenient Study by Del Bigtree. Has anybody heard about this? So this is now available to watch online. In 2016, journalists, oh my God, I'm having huge ringing in my ears right now. In 2016, journalist Del Bigtree issued a challenge to the head of infectious disease at one of the most prestigious medical institutions in the world. Conduct the most thorough vax versus unvax study that has ever been done. The expert took up the challenge and ran the study to prove Del wrong. That study never saw the light of day until now. Let's watch the trailer of this. Deep things being revealed.
The health of American children is incredible.
Sorry, deep things being revealed, Pluto, about what's really going on health-wise. Aquarius and the experiments trying Uranus.
When we're talking about an autoimmune disease crisis, shouldn't we look closest at the one product designed to alter our immune system for life? There'd be one easy study to rule it out. Compare vaccinated children to unvaccinated children.
As fate would have it, Del met Marcus Servos.
He agreed to do the study.
This could be one of the most valuable studies in the field.
4.47 times the amount of speech disorders.
Learning issues, developmental delays.
Over 4 times more likely to have an asthma diagnosis.
5.5 times risk. Amongst the unvaccinated group, there were 0.
If this is true, we are systematically making kids sick, very sick.
Only one problem. They're not going to publish it.
They've left us with no choice.
I'm going to bring hidden cameras so that no matter what happens at this dinner, I can prove it happened.
Good to see you. What do you think about the study you guys have done?
I think it's a good study.
Is there a way they could do the study better?
Not that I put it out just how it is. It's the right thing to do, but I just don't want to. Somebody's going to come back and they're going to say the study is flawed.
The unpublished Henry Ford analysis is fundamentally flawed.
Because there's a political agenda to it. I'm not going to do it. Publishing something like that, might as well retire. I'd be finished.
Sick. It's really sick.
I mean, honestly, really emotional.
This is an inconvenient study for the entire vaccine agenda.
Wow, out now. I'm excited to watch that. So much medical truths coming out. Yeah, Del Bigtree is absolutely awesome. You're doing great work out there, Del. Let's pull some cards for us for today, Monday going into Tuesday, start of this week. And And now that Pluto is direct, yeah, it's inconvenient truths coming out, big truths coming out, big revealings personally, collectively. Let's see. King of Wands. Use the dynamic energy of a leader. 9 of Wands. The Hanged Man. Yeah, there's very different opportunities, different ways of doing things coming up with this grand air trine, including Uranus. We may need to look at things a different way. There may be situations or relationships where we're called to look at it in a different way, be open. And the Knight of Cups, yeah, this has a lot to do with love and our sensitivities. Oh my God, he's gone. Okay, he just flew off the table. Sorry, you guys. Oh my God, Knight of Cups just flew off the table. He's like, nope, I'm now going to gallop over to the next tarot reader. Knight of Cups, King of Wands, male energy. Where do we put our energy in relationships? Use the dynamic energy of a leader. And sometimes being the leader is cutting something out that doesn't need to be fed into, whether that's a pattern, a relationship in general, visionary, successful, swift, expansion, strength. We have the strength within us to deal with these times. It's normal to be scared. It's normal to feel fear, but to do it anyways, right? This Nine of Wands, I love this card because it's about moving forward, moving past the fear, moving past the barriers, believe in yourself and have courage to continue. We are not stuck right now with the current astrology. There are different options, different ways of doing things. It's, I don't think we're stuck. Look at the world from a different perspective. If you feel stuck, do something completely different out of your routine. Waiting, sacrifice, hesitation, suspension. It can maybe feel like we're stuck, but things are changing on those quantum subtle levels before we see it out in the open. But if you really pay attention, we are seeing it out in the open. Does that make sense, you guys? I'm going to grab that Knight of Cups. Just one second. Oh, he galloped away. Express your creativity with compassionate emotion. Romance, sensitivity. Moody. Yeah, there can be moodiness. There can be emotional extremes. Creativity is always a good outlet for that. Also, if you're Scorpio, Sun, rising, ruled by Pluto, and you're feeling those extremes, creativity is really good to process through those feelings. Jen says, Silver just hit 50.53. That's crazy. Yep, Jupiter in Cancer. Silver highs. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for joining me. And want to share something very special, actually. Can I bring this up here? Did I bring it up here? Yes. Sunny and I have got a new bi-weekly show that's going to be premiering tomorrow on the Meg Moonbeam YouTube and Rumble channels. This is the poster. And I won't say what the name is. You guys will find out in an hour if you're subscribed, because Jens and I, in about an hour or two, will have it uploaded, set to premiere. So tomorrow, Tuesday, October 14th at 6 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be premiering the first episode. I guess I'll just say what it is, of Hidden in the Stars. This is a new show. And our first episode has a true crime flavor to it. I won't give away any more than that. I'm not going to give away anything. So you guys will see what that's all about tomorrow for anyone that wants to watch it. We'll set the premiere very soon. And again, we've got over at the Scorpling Shop our Halloween 12 Sign Zodiac pinup t-shirt collection available. You can go check that out. We've also got discount code HIDDEN10 that you can use. I'll put it in the comments to get 10% off any of the Halloween pinup t-shirts. Original art, all made by Sunny. So thank you all so much for joining me. Sending so much love your way. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment below, share it if you think somebody might be interested in the astrology or what I have to share. And I'm wishing you all an absolutely magical Monday and Tuesday. See you on Wednesday for the next daily astrology horoscope. Bye, everybody.